All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. And today, our YouTube video is going to be not about anything to do with the Legion, or actually anything to do with that today. Shocker. Today, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to be talking about some more rigged NFL. All right, so, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, as the Legion, we are smart enough to know the NFL is probably the most rigged thing there is. It's all about the theatrics, the drama, the everything about it. For instance, this week, the script was you can't have any more undefeated teams. Because, seriously, the NFL's, they know that they got to keep it somewhat close. They gotta have all of the little things, that go on. And I've predicted the script. I'm just going to start off saying it. I predicted the script. I told you guys the NFL was secretly low-key hyping up the Cleveland Browns, and they were there's a reason why I said they are the dark horse pick, because they're the team that not really anyone's talking about, but they should be. They're just the favorite of the script. They just are. They have the underdog mentality, and guess what? The Deshaun Watson redemption arc is what this part of the script actually is. That's what this whole year is supposed to be. Why do you think Deshaun Watson is still in the NFL? Okay, let's say you believe he did all those things, which to me, I personally don't believe he did. I think a lot of these girls just make shit up to get his money. And, you could say, oh, well, da-da-da. And I go well, why'd you go along with it then? You know what I mean? Why'd you go along with it then? And then, Deshaun Watson basically wanted out of the Texans, but the script writers were like, nah, man, you got to be with the Texans, man. And so then he was like, nah, man. And so the script writers had to come up with this big drama to make him be basically forced out of Houston. But of course, the Cleveland Browns sign him. Doesn't really go too well because then he's suspended a whole year. And basically, Deshaun Watson is kind of the bad guy of the league. Despite there are despite a lot of other players like Tyreek Hill just beating up pregnant ladies and stuff. But no, Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers for speaking out against COVID. The worst guys of the league. The supervillains. So they were the supervillains of the league that year. Aaron Rodgers, especially, I would say, and Deshaun Watson were definitely the supervillains of the league in 2021. All right, and in 2020. And then in 2021, I don't even think he didn't even play. No, yeah, he didn't even play that. That was the year he didn't play. So then then he comes back last year and then fucking just, because he got suspended mid-year of 2020. Oh my God, I kind of forgot. He started 2020 and then just got fucking suspended and then suspended all the next year. So yeah, they basically ruined man's career. They literally ruined his career by taking off 2 years of stats, 2 years of everything. But this is how they're going to redeem him. The script writers are going to make him win the Super Bowl and basically put all of his haters in their fucking place. That's what's going to happen. And then the liberals are going to be pissed because, this non-women respecting Deshaun Watson won the Super Bowl. But anyway, he didn't even play today. But yeah, so let's talk about how a lot of these games went. Because at the end of the day, as much as the NFL is rigged, it's the common joke I will always make. The NFL is my favorite TV show. Sometimes Dragon Ball, it's just like Dragon Ball, it's one of my favorite TV shows. And I could say that confidently now, TV show, not rather than just favorite thing to watch. Because it's it's a TV show, it's a script. Just like Dragon Ball, there is a script. There's a beginning and an end, and somebody's behind it all. But, and you might get some things right in the script. And you might not. Hey, you two! Sorry about that. The fucking weird-ass dogs. He's fucking, be doing that weird-ass dog shit. But, fucking... Alright. So, let's be honest, though. There is one thing I don't like about the current scripted NFL. Because I feel like the NFL has always been scripted. But it was just easier to hide. Where it was not only easier to hide, but people were also, people were smarter, whereas people are really fucking dumb now. In my opinion, I think I, in this Legion, anyone who subscribes to this Legion, anyone who actually follows our tenets and does all the things that we do, I think are the awake beings in the world, and that's why we're called crazy and all these things. Is because like we're so awake. Like we were the type of people that were screaming about MK Ultra and getting called crazy because the government wouldn't do that, this, that, and the third. Like we get it. We're just not stupid like the rest of these fools. And the NFL's fan base, let's just be honest, like the people who actually don't think there's any sort of script in it at all, are really retarded. Like, in my honest opinion, they are. Like, there's just, the common NFL fan that I've seen is pretty retarded when it comes to their overall understanding of life in the world. So they'll believe that anything is real as long as a government-backed association told them that it is. So, but this current rendition of the NFL that's just, like, for us awake beings, just putting the rigging right in our faces, kind of just, it really does turn me off low-key, makes me not want to watch. Because it's like, I almost predict every Packer game at this point. I almost know how every Packer game will end, win, lose, or I predict every game now. Even, like, the past 2 years, I've been predicting pretty much almost every game. And then it got to the point where now I'm predicting other teams. And it's like, it gets hard to want to follow along when you kind of already know the script. You kind of already know how the NFL is making things play out. And especially when they just blatantly say, like, no, this game is rigged in front of your face. It just kind of like, you know what I mean? You kind of just, it's almost like because it's like Santa Claus. You want to believe. So it's the belief that makes the NFL entertaining. Not, who the athletes are. Nobody gives a damn about Patrick Mahomes. Only people that care about him because he wins. But if you're going to blatantly rig the game for him to win all the time, and, because when the script doesn't go the way it's supposed to, you're going to have a random flag get thrown out of nowhere and say there's a penalty that never happened, and like you're going to crazily do things that basically just say, no, we have, this thing went off script, it's time to go back on script. And you've had many former players come out and say this shit's rigged, so... that's one thing I want to touch on here in the early parts of the video. This is not going to be a long one, but I really wanted to get that across as I keep doing these NFL week breakdowns, because the NFL really it's just starting to lose its entertainment, because it's just blatantly saying it's rigged. We're rigged. Only the top stars, like in the whole Taylor Swift thing this year too. It's just blatantly fucking rigged to anybody that has an actual like consciousness. That it's like I almost can't even like I almost feel ashamed to say that I am a fan of the NFL. Like, honestly, because it's so blatantly rigged that like saying that you're a fan of this shit to an awake conscious being who actually like knows the truth about the world and shit, like you fucking almost look like a goofy, because they're gonna look at you like, you really believe this? And it's like, you gotta be like, no, it's a TV show. And thus, I'm a fan of it. Maybe fake, but I still love watching it. As long as it's entertaining, I'll always keep watching. But once they stop being entertaining, if they ever do, then okay, I'll stop watching the NFL, because I'm not going to waste my time watching a script that's not even entertaining, right? So, there we go. Anyway, let's get into these scripted-ass games for a sec. Let's see who the league is trying to promote. So Tua and the Dolphins obviously killed the Panthers. I mean, it's clear that the script this year for the Panthers was supposed to be like, this is just a rebuild era, just really to see if Bryce Young's any good. The script is obviously making him look bad. I pretty much predicted that he was going to look bad and CJ Stroud was going to look good. I kind of said that during the summer. I said I don't really think, like, it's just kind of what the NFL always does. They always make the second round guy look like, they always make the second guy look better than the first guy. And the first guy usually sucks. And if the first guy ever is good, it's because there's not a second guy that can be promoted behind him, if that makes sense. Like, Trevor Lawrence is only good because there wasn't anyone else in Trevor Lawrence's like draft class that you could be like, oh yeah, this is the next good guy. But when there's like multiple of those guys, it's usually the one who's picked last that actually is the good one. So that's usually how the script goes. Now, sometimes, again, they change it up, but pretty much the script remains pretty consistent. So I kind of predicted that Bryce Young would just suck. I mean, and he does. I mean, I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. The dude sucks. I don't care that he's a rookie. He honestly just looks bad. He has the first honor of being a preschooler that has started an NFL game. The Panthers come up a little short. No offense to Bryce Young. Anyway. Oh man. Panthers fans, you might as well just. The script clearly doesn't want you guys to win anything for the next good couple of years, even if Bryce Young turns out to be good. So you're kind of like me and my Packers. Like the script, it might make it'll make your team look decent, but the script doesn't have your team really doing anything for the next couple of years. So just sit comfy and just kind of enjoy that little mediocre 9-8, 8-8 kind of record that you're gonna have to just enjoy for a little bit. So that's how it goes. But the script does have good things for you in the future, is my prediction. I think the script will have the Carolina Panthers being back to the playoffs in 2026. That's my prediction. Anyway. Wait, back to the playoffs when the last time we were in the playoffs. Anyway, regardless, yeah, obviously, whatever. Dolphins just they're gonna be in it. The script wants to really hype up this woman disrespecter named Tyreek Hill because he's the greatest respecter of women in the entire history of the NFL. Yet the NFL really wants you to know that they want to end racism. Yet they have the most racist owners in the league. Oh man, it's all a big script. It's all just a big script. But hey, whatever. It's entertaining. But can you tell my soul dies when I have to talk about this gay ass fucking pussy ass faggot NFL shit? Anyway, like you can just tell my soul dies. But so yeah, the fucking bullshit is gay and fucking rigged, and then you got the Dolphins that they want. The NFL is again. It's gonna promote its stars, and Tyreek Hill unfortunately has marketing ability. So, yeah, he's a black guy who's a very stereotypical black guy, who honestly has no redeeming qualities other than just literally being a stereotypical black guy, which is very, I guess, high up there in the modern American degenerate society that we have become. And I guess he's a podcaster. I don't know, whatever, fucking weird ass shit. And I know I'm doing this early. Like, you might be like, well, Emperor of the Legion, you're reacting to the games a little bit early. Cowboys-Chargers hasn't happened yet, and what's that Sunday night game again? I swear, it's 2 teams. Oh my god, who's it supposed to be? Oh yeah, Giants-Bills. Yeah, are you going to watch Giants-Bills? I don't even think Giants or Bills fans are going to watch Giants-Bills. I think the outcome is already decided. I think that obviously the script writers want the Giants to suffer. The script writers literally said that. In my opinion, I kind of saw this happening. I saw the Vikings and Giants being the only 2 script right. Like, if you look off the popularities of last year's teams that were in the playoffs, the Giants and Vikings just didn't have that much popularity going into the playoffs. And that's usually how the NFL does its shit, is by what teams are trending more, like what fan bases are buying more of whatever, you know what I mean? So if a certain player has a lot of jersey sales, you'll certainly see that team start trending upward. Just watch what I say. Just watch what I say. So anyway, I was gonna say with the Cleveland Browns, just keep watching. Just keep watching. When the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl, I'm just gonna fucking laugh. So I just can't wait. But speaking of Cleveland Browns, so 49ers fans, it's time for your daily little roast session by me once again. For all the shit my Packers get about have not been back to the Super Bowl since 2010 and get beat by the 49ers, the big bad 49ers. Well, you know what? At least this. As a young 20-year-old, 23-year-old, your Emperor is very young, yes. As a young 23-year-old, at least I can certainly say at least I saw my team win a Super Bowl. Yeah, 23-year-old 49ers fans, have you seen your team win a Super Bowl? I mean, you've seen your team get there. But your coach is very overrated and has no idea how to finish close, important games. So that's why you always lose. That's why Tom Brady blew the doors off him in a Super Bowl, 28-3. Remember that? Remember that, Kyle Shanahan? Weren't you at the forefront of that pretty much? I mean, I know Dan Quinn was the head coach, but I mean, you were supposed to be the guru. You were supposed to be next up, and Tom Brady embarrassed you. But that's all right, he's the GOAT. So, he's the most entertaining football player that has ever lived. To the point where we're still talking about him. So, anyway. And he's not even playing. Anyway. And also, Mr. Shanahan. Mr. Guru Offense Coordinator. Mr. Great coach. Mr. Unbeatable Kyle Shanahan. I fucking hate this dude. I don't know why. It's not even that he beats the Packers. That honestly has the least to do with it. I think I just don't like Kyle Shanahan because he's just like one of those guys that gets so much credit but never wins anything. Like, where's his championship at? This guy gets so much fucking shit. Let's not even bring up how him and that GM fucking botched the whole Trey Lance situation. They got fucking lucky that Brock Purdy turned out to be at least decent. But we'll get into Brock Purdy. I hate everything to do with Kyle Shanahan. He's so fucking overrated. Oh, he always beats the Rams. That's like another thing he's known for. It's like he's like, you know what that equivalent is? Is like the Packers always beating the Bears. Okay, you have one team's number, but that shouldn't make you famous. That doesn't make the Packers necessarily famous. But not McVay, fucking... See, I already hate talking about Kyle Shanahan so much. I'm already fucking mixing up my words. Fucking gay-ass, fucking bitch-ass Kyle Shanahan gets the dick right off. Oh, I always win this division. I always win this division. Oh, yeah, I win this division. Oh, yeah, I win this division. Oh, where's your fucking Super Bowls? Because Rams got a Super Bowl. And they beat you on the way there to do it. Mr. Shanahan. Mr. Unbeatable Kyle Shanahan. And the 49ers. More like 40 whiners. Whining about the refs. Because I guess the refs missed that kick, huh? I guess the refs are the reason why Patrick Mahomes came back on y'all. I guess the refs are the reason why Tom Brady destroyed your coach in a Super Bowl. Nah. Face it, 49ers fans. Y'all are just like the Packers. You can't win when it matters. You haven't won a Super Bowl since the 90s. At least we've won one in the 21st century. You're kind of like the Cowboys. If anything, you get more hype than the Packers. I mean, I guess the Packers usually beat the Cowboys nowadays. But you guys, I was going to say, so if you look at the top three teams in the NFC usually that are like the most marketed, it's like most historic, it's the Packers, 49ers, and Cowboys. And between those teams, it's like rock, paper, scissors. Packers usually beat Cowboys. 49ers usually beat Packers. And 49ers usually beat Cowboys. But, well, that's why the 49ers have 5 Super Bowls. Packers have 4, and Dallas, I think, has 3 or 4. So, it's whatever. But I just had to. I think it's just time we pump the brakes on this 49ers team because I think the knowledge that I just dropped on y'all there is why, first of all, the NFL's rigged. They're not gonna rig it for the 49ers this year. I'm promising it's the Cleveland Browns. That's why. But they just had the Cleveland Browns dog walk the 49ers. And don't tell me they didn't dog walk them because the refs tried to save the 49ers. Like, the script was making sure that they kept this game close and that it ended in theatrics because that's what it needs to do. It needs to be entertaining. The Browns can't just win. You know what I mean? You can't just have a win. That's not how the NFL works. It needs to end in a theatrics. A missed kick. Oh, all of a sudden these guys who are just perfect every play just randomly miss stuff. Oh my God. Or the guy just randomly drops the ball that is so wide open and he never drops the ball, but he just randomly does it and that's how they lose. Oh my God. It's got to be the most crazy thing. You know what I mean? That's how it always has to be. Now, against like the teams that nobody cares about that are just filler teams just to make for the NFL to make money. Like, okay, like let's just kind of talk about, let's just quickly get this out of the way. Rams, Cardinals, like obviously the Cardinals are not supposed to really do anything for this year in the script. And the Cardinals really are just a filler team in the NFL, just for the NFL to make extra money off of other states. So the Rams Cardinals was going to be a blowout. That's kind of how NFL works. Like you're not, you know what I mean? You got to be a team that the NFL wants to promote. And if you're not a team that the NFL wants to promote, if you're one of the filler teams, I promise you, it's not going to work. It's kind of like college football. All scammed, all rigged. Anyway. Now, one thing I will say is, I told you all to bet the over on the Rams. They're not going to win. They're going to win more than 6 games. They're going to win at least 9-10 games. I told you guys this. So I hope you guys really listened to me this summer when I said bet the over on that. They're going to win more than 6 games. I really hope you guys bet the over because I've predicted the script. Like, the script is going to be like, oh, McVay's not done yet. But, I mean, he kind of is, because he's pretty capped as far as the script can really bring him. Like, if you really think about it, the script can't really give him any more to work with. He already got his ring. But, I mean, he's not really that respected because of, I guess he just happens to, unfortunately, be coaching in the most rigged era of the NFL. Because, like, oh, back-to-back years of teams winning their home stadium in the Super Bowl, or Super Bowl in the home stadium, or whatever the fucking rigged shit is. He just happens to be, unfortunately, coaching in the most rigged era of the NFL, or at least blatantly rigged. Like, blatantly, like, this would never happen in the old days because people would be smart enough to call it out, whereas nowadays people are just so desperate for anything that brings them joy that they will happily, even if you tell them the NFL is rigged, or like even if you're like me and you know the NFL is rigged, you'll happily watch anyway, only because I find it entertaining. Not desperate for joy, man. I always got things I can do that's why I said, like, if the NFL ever stops becoming entertaining, I always got other things. But, there's a lot of people out there who this is their life. Like, the NFL really is their thing. It's one of their most, like, greatest things ever to them. So, and me shitting all over it pisses them off, but it's like, whatever. This shows you that I'm basically saying what I'm saying is right, because, like, it's the truth. A lot of people hold this sport, this matrix, into a high regard. So, it's kind of like, you gotta be careful pissing on the NFL, because people really do hold this to reality. So it's part of the matrix, obviously. So it's just one of those, like, actual parts of the matrix, whereas, like, I hold Dragon Ball to a high esteem, but I mean, if someone shat all over it, I really wouldn't care, because it is just a fictional series. It's not real people. They don't actually exist. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fucking anime at the end of the day. If someone says they don't like it and they gave me like 50 reasons why they didn't like it and just absolutely tore Dragon Ball to shreds, that's why I always laughed when people always would do that to me. If I would shit on things that are just blatantly fucking suck, and then people would be like, you know what, Emperor? Skyrim sucks. And I'd be like, I mean, it kind of does in some ways. I can see why you would say that. I have an open mind, man. I have too much of an open mind. I'm like, I don't think nothing's for everybody. That's just the truth. That is the truth of the goddamn matter. Nothing is for fucking everybody. And if somebody doesn't like something that you like, that's just what it is. All right. First of all, don't be a little bitch about it. Like, why you gotta shit on what I like? That person just don't like what you like. That's all right. And they gave you the reasons why. And yeah, they're shitting on it, but learn to laugh then. Part of loving something is also knowing that it has flaws and loving it anyway. Jesus Christ. Fucking pussy ass niggas out here today, man. But anyway, back to the rigged NFL. So I always like using that accent. So then you have the fucking who else? Vikings, Bears, whatever, no one cares. No, I'm not trying to be like that, but like, no, seriously, who cares? Does anybody actually care? Like, Vikings, Bears? Is this actual entertainment? I guess maybe like Packers and Lions fans, but actual grand scheme of things in the NFL, does anybody actually care? How did anybody like that wasn't a Packer, Lion, Viking, Bear fan even watch or react to this game? Like, you know what I mean? Like, does anybody actually in their fucking right mind give a shit about Vikings, Bears? I think going into this game, this was like the most least hyped up NFL game I've ever seen. Nobody cared. Like, unless you were like, again, like a Packer fan, Lions fan, or Vikings fan, or Bear fan. And even then, as a Packer fan, I honestly didn't care. Not only because I blatantly knew the Vikings were going to win, because it's the script of the NFL to do that. The Bears are not allowed to be good in the script. It's supposed to be part of the script, man. Like, so, I blatantly already knew how it was going to go, and of course, it was going to be a close game that ends in theatrics, but whatever. Both teams aren't doing anything this season anyway. Who cares? It's for toilet bowl bragging rights at that point. Anyway, bronze medalist bragging rights. No, seriously. What else happened in the NFL today that was even notable? I think the Seahawks lost. I forgot to who. Oh, Bengals won again. They got their shit right, I guess. You know, the script wasn't gonna have the Bengals losing for too long. The script always has the Bengals be dramatic, you know, and then it's gonna be a Bengals Chiefs rigged game again where crazy shit's gonna happen, and you just know how it's gonna go. So yeah, actually, yeah, Bengals Seahawks, yeah. So that's whatever. I mean, honestly, who cares? I don't know. I'm not really the biggest Joe Burrow fan, I guess, in terms of like now that I know that the NFL's rigged and I know all of it. He's not really that entertaining. He doesn't really bring much actual like interest to me. Like he's kind of just an average guy, quarterback guy, and I guess like he's cool to root for because of his persona. But like, what is his persona? Because he doesn't really do anything. Like he doesn't win when it matters. Like why does he have this big persona? Why does the league want us to? Why does the league promote him so much? I don't get it. Um, and then you have this weird ass guy named Derek Carr who always has sucked. And I had so many of these fucking Saints fanboys, Derek Carr fanboys and girls. I had so many of you in my comment section last week talking all that shit. Like, oh, Derek Carr is great. You see, Derek Carr is great. What you gotta say now? Where are y'all? Where are y'all? I told y'all just wait. I told y'all just wait. Derek Carr gonna have like 3-4 good games. Yeah, that's a given. He gonna do that. That's the type of quarterback he is. He sits on the bench and gets paid. He brings hype like that. Why do you think the media tries to hype this guy so much? And this is one of the reasons when I started realizing the NFL is rigged. I was like, why is the media trying to hype up Derek Carr so much? Like the way the media hypes this guy up, you would think like Derek Carr has won like 4 Super Bowls and like is like beaten Tom Brady like 6 times. Like you would think Derek Carr is gonna go down as one of the most legendary badass motherfuckers to have ever walked down an NFL field. But he sucks. But he sucks. He ain't anything like that. He ain't ever gonna be that. Derek Carr ain't ever gonna win shit, ever never has won shit, and ain't never going to win shit. He is shit. He sucks. Can we please move on with him out of the script? Don't know why the Saints even bothered to sign him. Now honestly, I thought when the Raiders cut him, I was done. I was like, yes, the script can finally move off this boring ass, bitch ass Derek Carr crying in the huddle. Shut the fuck up, you pussy little bitch. God, man, I hate Derek Carr. I always have hated Derek Carr. I don't even know why. He seems like a nice guy. Honestly, he just sucks. He's not that good, and the script wants to try to always promote him every time, and it's like, just stop. He's not it. Get us in, like, bring some other new quarter. I'll take anybody over Derek Carr, honestly. No, I'm serious. I don't care. You can't win with Derek Carr. It's not like you're going to do anything with Derek Carr. What are you going to do, win the Super Bowl with Derek Carr? No, so I would just take anybody at that point. My record will either be 4 games worse at best or the same. So, because like I said, he gonna have those little 4 good games out of the 17 a year, and he's gonna look amazing. And the way to know if the Saints are gonna lose is if Derek Carr has that like really good throw in the first half. Because that's what I've been noticing. Like whenever Derek Carr ever does that, like he has that one really good throw that the media likes to hype up so much. Whenever he does something like that, that's when they lose. But if he does that in the second half, they win. Because it's like a big play in the second half that changes the game. But if he does that in the first half, they're going to run out of gas very quick and they're going to lose like 20-10 or like something like that. So that's just what I've been noticing. Or they going to get beaten by, or Derek Carr going to pretend to be, Derek Carr's going to pretend to be hurt because he was too afraid of the Green Bay Packers because he didn't want to keep getting sacked. Because unfortunately, the script writers weren't doing him any favors, and he he was too scared of his role of being the punching bag of Rashawn Gary and the Packers defense to get them that win, that he was like, nah, I'm a fake being hurt, so I don't actually get hurt in an acting incident. Because that's what they do when they tackle, they act. Why do you think some of these guys just like do that little, I'm going to throw my shoulder tackle that never works? Like, you know, that thing, that tackle that never works. Why do you think they always keep doing that? It's an act. It's a gimmick. It's not real. It's rigged. It's so good to be kind of basically justified in knowing that the NFL is rigged. Because I feel like every week I'm getting basically proved more and more right as the 2020 seasons. Like, ever since 2020, I've been saying the NFL's rigged. Like, I've been saying low key, and like, you can ask my friends. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not, but I've been thinking it. And then really up until last year, that's when I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, this shit's rigged. This is the most rigged shit I've ever fucking seen in my life, and only a fucking retard is gonna sit there and be like, it's not rigged. It's not rigged. That's how I view them sounding. Just clutching on to like the NFL because it's all they have, and it's like, dude, just go get a fucking hobby. Go do something. Go outside. Since you like these athletes so much, why don't you go play football? Why don't you go outside? Like, why don't you go do things? Because I'm not like them. Dude, they're actors. Why would you want to be like them? They're not like them. Oh, man. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to react to about this rigged shit for now. I mean, 30-minute video is long enough. Compared to my normal videos, that ain't shit, obviously, but I really thought I'd make this video because I said, bro, the Browns, they're going to win Super Bowl. And now I feel more and more confident about that each week. Now, it's going to be a dramatic way all the way up until it happens. The Browns are going to be an underdog team every time. They're going to be that team that they're not supposed, like, and to the average NFL fan, they're not supposed to win, but they are for the script. So I predicted the script. And when the Browns do win Super Bowl, remember, you heard it here this summer when I was making YouTube videos. I said it during the preseason. I said it. So I don't want anybody saying, well, nobody saw this happening. The NFL, wow, there's so much variety. Wow. I'll be like, nope, I've been saying that since the summer. I said, I don't know why. I just think the Cleveland Browns are next up for the script. And here they are. Look at them. They're next up for the script. So here we go. Rigged NFL. All right. That's the end of this video. Keep watching for more. The next video is coming out on Tuesday. We are going to be discussing... I want to actually discuss frontline tactics of the Legion during the war that is coming in 2030. 2030, Legionaries, mark it on your calendar. The rebellion begins. But I want to talk about frontline tactics and what the Legion actually would be based in terms of like how like we got to be able. It's more like, how do you put it? Battlefield tactics. Like what would be the strengths of the Legion in the first beginning in like the year 2030, and then 2031, 2032. Like how will the tactics improve, and like what would happen? What are rankings? All those sort of things. Because I think having the military layout of the Legion already established first and foremost is what will allow this rebellion to even be able to have a chance at being successful. Is we're not just going to be a bunch of fucking punks rioting in the street doing crazy shit, blowing up government buildings. We are going to be a bunch of actual serious... We're going to basically be a serious, legit army. The best and brightest soldiers. They are no match for Legionnaires. And anyone that denies the Emperor and the Legion will wake one morning to the Legion staring down their gates. All right, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the Legion if you want to get Legion tough. Prepare for the rebellion of 2030. And I'm out of here.